Greetings. We are back again. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Omar Stennett, and I'm extremely delighted that you have joined us for one more episode of our Friday Big Bangers. We have a few special shows that we do that you need to look out for. The Friday Big Bangers that premiere every Friday at 12:30 on all our platforms, and they're also aired on Irie Times TV. Check them out there. Listen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're watching us from. We are nearing 700 subscribers, and we want to stop to say a big thank you to all of you, to every single person who have subscribed to the video. You have told someone about us, you have liked a video, you have watched a video. It all makes a major difference, and we are glad that you're partnering with us as we get the work going, and we improve the work, and we bring it to a higher level and wider dimensions. Keep supporting the work. If you have not yet, please subscribe to the channel and get someone else to subscribe so we can hit the 1,000 mark, and you'll see the upgrades we will make on your behalf. All right, badadam bam. Well, we have some good stuff to get into. We're going to talk a little bit about some West Indies cricket. We're also going to be talking about the EPL, and then we're going to speak about some local football. But before I get into that, I want to make a special appeal. Netball Jamaica, the Sunshine Girls, our national netball team, they have 2 buses labeled all around. They were sponsored by a particular sponsor, and recently both buses were stolen. All right, and so I want to make an appeal. One, if you see strange vehicles, buses in your community, you know those persons never purchased that kind of vehicle, make a report to the police. This will hamper the program, and I want to use this medium to say, listen, man, if you're a thief, man, you have to have some respect, brother. You have to have some respect, sister. You have to have some respect. There are certain things and certain people. I mean, stealing is wrong, stealing, no matter at what level. But my God, man, if you got thief, brother, you can't thief the sports people, them boss. They are ranked, you know, of all the nations in the world, our netballers keep staying right in the top 4 in terms of netballing nations, right? Brought so much joy to us as a people over the years. They have begged and pleaded, and finally they get a bus to take them from here to there. Why would you want to do that? Why would you know? How imagine you have a son, you have a daughter that one day will play for the netball team, right? And you are there stealing the bus to get money to help her. And then when she get there, she can't do anything because the bus that was supposed to move her around was stolen by you. It don't make no sense. Me know people are hungry and things, but there are just certain things you can't touch, brother. You can't touch, sister, you can't touch the netballers, them boss. That's just the truth. All right, listen, but the other thing I want to say is that somebody in corporate Jamaica needs to just go and buy back 2 vehicles. Hopefully the police and stuff will recover those, but we need 2 more. And Netball Jamaica, you have to put trackers on the vehicle. You have to secure them, because apparently people don't care. They don't care about your stuff, so you have to care about your stuff. Do some investigation, because I find it hard to believe that buses labeled like that move 2 of them one time and nobody don't see and nobody don't know. Come on, Netball Jamaica. So I just wanted to make that special appeal. All right, and if you have some money right now, call the head of Netball Jamaica and just give them the money and say, go and buy back 2 vehicles. And put our logo on it and our sponsorship. Right now. They need the money. Money. Yeah. All right, so to start, I would touch on that. Now, you know that the Reggae Boys begin their World Cup campaign in September. We have 3 games in September. We have Mexico away, then we have Panama at home, and then we have Costa Rica away. And there is a lot of contemplation about what the squad should look like. Though there can be 30 players in the pool, only 23 players can be in the squad. And so if I were in a position to select the squad based on all the players available and based on what I have seen at the Gold Cup, I can give you my squad and then you can let me know what your thoughts are. I'm also going to put it in the description of this video so you can look at it. All right, so what would be my squad? I would keep the same 3 goalkeepers that we brought to the Gold Cup. Andre Blake, Dylan Barnes, and Dennis Taylor. All right, so that's 3 players. Then the 2 center backs that we had at the Gold Cup, I'd keep them. Damian Lowe and Liam Moore. All right, now because it is a 3-game cycle, I need 2 center backs who can then come in to replace them in case of injuries or them being carded. I'd bring in, keep Andre Marriappa, who was a part of the Gold Cup squad, because he can play also right back and he can play in a back 3 and he has the experience, and I think he's a bridger of the gap between the local and the international players. So Adrian Marriappa, and then Ethan Pinnock, who has had a good start to the EPL season, would be the other. So right there we have 4 center backs, 3 goalkeepers. All right, now in the left back, I understand that Greg Lee is not playing any football right now. He had an injury, recovering, has not been playing. So because of that, I would have to go with Amari Bell, who is having a great season so far in the championship. So I'd go with Amari Bell and I would keep Kemar Lawrence. All right, so that's 9. In the right back position, Wes Harding. I'm bringing in Wes Harding. Didn't go to the Gold Cup, but I'm bringing in Wes Harding because Wes Harding can also play center back, but he can play a good enough role at right back. And I think of all the available right backs, he is the most defensive sound of all of them. So I'd go Wes Harding, and I choose Javane Brown, but because he didn't make the Gold Cup squad, I think the coach is going to go back to one of his known players, who is Alvas Powell, who, playing in the CONCACAF Champions League, did not have the best outing for the Philadelphia Union, but he keeps his place based on the fact that he got some game time in the Gold Cup, and I think he's someone that the coach, Coach Whitmore, has a lot of confidence in. So until we find someone that he's more confident in, I think Alvas Powell is going to be a part of his team. All right, so we have 4 center backs, we have 4 persons spread across right back and left back. That's 8. 3 goalkeepers, that is 11. So we only have 12 spots left. Things getting tight. Now let's go to an easier position. All right, so up front, center forward, Mikel Antoni is available, so he gets selected. Kemar Roofe is available, he gets selected. Corey Burke is available, he gets selected. So that's 3 plus the 11 that we had before. That's 14. All right, so that's Corey Burke, Kemar Roofe, Mikel Antoni. All right, now I'm giving you all of, so that's 14. 15 is Leon Bailey, must be in your squad. 16, Daniel Johnson, must be in your squad. 17, Ravel Morris, must be in your squad. 18, Bobby Reid, must be in your squad. 19, you're wondering who that is. Who could the number 19 or the 19th person be? The 19th person is a new player, Kevin Stewart. Kevin Stewart gets into the squad. Yeah. That's number 19. I also think like Speedy Williams deserves his spot. I thought he had a good Gold Cup. He's having a good time in the USL as well. And so based on that, Speedy Williams make the squad. All right. Yeah. So you have Kevin Stewart, Speedy Williams. All right. Junior Flemming, I think he's going to make the squad. I would have given Kaim Paris a call-up because he's having a very good time in the league over there in Slovenia. I would have given him a call-up. But I just feel like Coach Whitmore, and I mean, I support him 100%, is going to work with players that he had the opportunity to work with in the Gold Cup. And so because of that, I strongly believe that he's going to go with a Junior Flemming. He's not a bad player, but I think based on form right now, Kaim Paris could have been given a call-up. All right? Jamal Lowe is also a part of my squad. And so that's 22. So I have a toss-up between Andre Gray and Shamar Nicholson. So because you can replace a player if something goes wrong, I'd go with Shamar Nicholson because he's younger, and I don't think any of these guys would feature anyways, because I have Mikel Antonio, I have Kemar Roofe who can play in that position, I have Jamal Lowe, because I don't think any of them are going to feature. Burke can play there. I would select Shamar Nicholson. Why? Because if I need to change anybody, I can always go and call back on Andre Gray, would be a part of that whole 7 backup players. So that 7, that would make it up to 30. I would say in that I'd have my Javian Brown, I would have my Kaim Paris, I would have the Adrian Gray. They may also put like a Blair Turgot in there. They may put a Jordan Cousins in there. I feel like McGee has done his time, and I don't think they're going to call him up again. I'd put a Norman Campbell in there and a Martin Davis. So that would be the 30 that I would work with. So one of the persons like Lamar Walker from the Gold Cup squad would be out, and also who would be out would be O'Neill Fisher. So those are the players that I'd work with in terms of the 23 and the 30 for the first 3 games. There are many players who have connections to Jamaica. What do I mean by that? They could, by the second set of games in October, be qualified to play for Jamaica, meaning they would have acquired their Jamaican passport. And then at that time, I'd make some changes, because I still believe that Amari and Kemar Lawrence are not the 2 best options for us at left back. I think Kemar Taxi Lawrence has done a whole lot for Jamaica in that position. I think age has caught up on him, and we are not seeing those stellar performances that he used to have before, and we may need to look for some other option in that position. I think Amari, there's a level of comfort he has playing in England that it doesn't seem he's not able to replicate in the Jamaican colors. I don't know if that's a coaching issue or he needs more playing time with the players. But I am hoping that things would improve, because he could be that option. But there are other players out there that I think the Federation needs to look at, especially in that central midfield, because what you don't want is Kevin Stewart to be injured and then we have to resort to a Speedy Williams alone, plug in that gap. You also have to think about Ravel Morris, who there seems to be, we don't speak on things we don't know, but there's something out there that is preventing him from traveling to or playing in the USA in particular. So we need to find a person who is as good as him or better in that position for those games, because we can't afford to not have that creativity in the team for those 2 games. If you're speaking about minimum expectation, I've said it before, my minimum expectation from these 2 games is 5. Best outcome 9 or 7, but minimum is 5, meaning we need to win 1 and tie at least 2 of these games. Right? And if we lose 1 other away games and win 1, I think that is good. But the Panama game is a must win. Like, I think that sets the stage for more players. Like, if we win the first, if we get 5 points out of the first 3 games, I think some of these other players look at that and say to themselves, the chances of Jamaica are looking more real. And that will encourage them to come and be a part of the campaign. I also think it is necessary because it opened the doors for sponsorship. You know it, nobody wants to put their money beside or into something that they deem to be unsuccessful. Winning brings money. That's just the way sports operate. And so if we get 5 points, people look at it and say, listen, they only need 13 more and they are in. And here's what happened. Here's what happened. Money begins to flow, and the more money begins to flow into the coffers of the GFF, the better the recruitment will be, and the more enticing it will be for other players to come on board this campaign. I'm fully confident that Coach Whitmore, his staff, Mr. Mike Ricketts, and the rest of the GFF, Mr. Rudolph Speed and the technical committee, Andre Blake, and all the players that he leads as captain are ready for this. The Premier League has started. All the other leagues are ongoing. It means that the players are in good physical condition. They are coming into the qualifiers better than how they went into the Gold Cup, because many of them were during the off season, right? Leon Bailey is playing. Mikel Antonio has had a good start. Ethan Pinnock has had a good start. Jamal Lowe is having a good start. So many of the players are playing well. Liam Moore having a good start. Ravel Morris is playing. So this is looking good, people. Hope is being restored. And I want to commend the GFF. I know you have heard them saying that they need some more money, and nothing is wrong with that. That's an appeal to corporate Jamaica to get on board. You see, and this is where the JFF they have to use their negotiating power. There should be a greater incentive for those who join now, and those need to be made clear, because if you want to come to the campaign at the back end, it's going to cost you more and your earnings are going to be a little smaller. So right now, if you come in more, you put in less, but in the end you get more. That's the incentive to join this thing right now. Listen, push off the wagon. Don't wait until the wagon is running before you jump into it. My people, my people. Yes, so that's what I want to share with you about the Reggae Boys. Also, I want to congratulate the West Indies. Not a good win, but a win indeed. We struggled to get 168 runs against a Pakistan bowling lineup that the same crop of bowlers. We struggled, barely made it. But a win is a win. And what it means is that we cannot lose this series, because a 2-test series and we have won the first test. Now, if I were the coach, I'd play my first objective going into the game is to set up not to lose and try to sneak out a win. I'm not going in all gung-ho to win outright. No, I'm going in ensuring that my team is set up and how I play the game in terms of occupation of the crease, that I bat not to lose because I want to win the series, and where the door is open, I try to win. But we have to make some changes. Not because I believe we have better options. The truth is, we haven't had much regional cricket to see other players to select from. So it is the same players we keep rotating. And I don't have a problem with that. And because players need to play well to keep their position. So what would I do? I think one of the problems we have suffered with it is our opening batsman. And our number 3 becomes an opener because he's normally in by the second over of the day, most times in the last how many years. So what would I do? I am making 2 changes. Powell failed in both tests, you'll get dropped. That's it. You get dropped. Not because I don't think you can bat, but you failed. And I would bring in Shea Hope. Why Shea Hope? Because Shamar Brooks, Shea Hope, there's nothing. There's really nothing that really distinguish one from the other. It's just like any mini mind I'm catch a puppy by it, or even if I let him go any minute and it fall upon you and it must be you and blah 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 blah. Alright? Shea Hope it comes up with. Tail or tail. When I flip the coin, tail or tail, it's tail. Shea Hope. That's it. So Shea Hope, I would select. People keep saying that Bonner is a number 4 batsman. Listen, if you bat at 3 or 4 in the West Indies team, it's the same thing. It's like 5 deliveries in between. So it don't make a difference. Or probably 5 minutes. In between, you batting at 3 and 4. So bat at 3. Because seeing that no one else wants to bat there, I want you to bat there and establish yourself there. So Nkrumah Bonner would be at 3. Alright? So we have Craig Brathwaite, Shea Hope, and Nkrumah Bonner stays at number 3. Alright? I like the fact that Jermaine Blackwood came in at 4. Because I think he does better. Or Ralston Chase. I'd put Ralston Chase at 4. Jermaine Blackwood at 5. Alright? I'm going to do something very, very different. If and I can't understand, it's like we're stuck to what the batting lineup is. I would move Kyle Myers down if we are collapsing at the top. And I'd bring up Joshua De Silva because he is more defensive in his play. So Joshua De Silva comes next, then Kyle Myers, Jason Holder, and then we move into the bowlers. I'll take out Warrican and bring in Alzarri Joseph because all the wickets taken by the West Indies were taken by pace bowlers. The spinners did nothing. They did nothing. He did nothing with the bat or with the ball. So the wicket, the commentators said that the other 3 surfaces are all grassy, which means they're going to take a lot of pace. I'm going with Alzarri Joseph, not because I believe he's a better test bowler than Shamar Holder, but I believe he will apply himself in the batting department a whole lot better. And in terms of bowling, Shamar Holder is not leaps and bounds above him. So, in fact, I'll tell you this. I would trust Alzarri Joseph to score some runs more than some of the other batsmen in the West Indies team. That's how sad it is. So Alzarri Joseph gets a position. I also don't want to overwork Jaden Seals because he's 19 years old and he's a youngster just coming in, and I don't want to overburden him with playing back-to-back test matches and bowling long spells. I don't want to do that. So I'm giving him support in the bowling department, bringing in Alzarri Joseph, and do what we used to do. 4 bowlers, pace bowlers. That's Holder, Roach, Seals, and Alzarri. I still have Shea Hope, not Shea Hope, but Ralston Chase, who can toss up a couple of deliveries because that's what all our spinners do. Every single one of them, they are toss-up bowlers. That's what they do. Lollipop bowlers. They don't have a lollipop because lollipop costs more than ice cement. They are ice cement bowlers. Ice cement bowlers. That's it. Or what we call spin. I don't call them spin. These guys don't spin the ball. You guys, there are left arm slow, right arm slow. That's the thing. Left arm slow, they don't spin the ball. They don't. They are ice cement bowlers. Stop calling them lollipop because lollipop is way more expensive and looks way more fancier. Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? The EPL started and it has not started too well for me. In fact, every Thursday at 6 we do a show called the Banter Show. And I am Sure Sports. BS. A Banter Show. So check it out. Arsenal, miserable start to the BPL season. What can I say? As an Arsenal fan, I am embarrassingly optimistic that things cannot get worse. So there's going to be an upturn. Hope with me, fellow Arsenal fans. I hear some people already, because their team ran out 5-1 winners, that they are champion and they are this and they are big this and they are big that and they are big this. It's just the first game. The title has not yet been decided. Remember that. It is the first game. And you played a team that this season is their second season back in the Premier League. It is the first game. It is the first game for everybody. It is, let me remind you again, it is the first game. Congratulations to you. Because of all the teams that I saw on the weekend, I must admit that that particular team, I don't call them name, they look very good. And so the one you call the PE coach seems to have elevated his status to the college coach. He is better. He's better. Personally, I think you are going to struggle as the season progresses. But you do have a core, you haven't lost any player. And you have brought in a couple. So let's see. But remember, it is the first game. You, Mr. Red Devil. You who like to say Anfield, the one field, it's the first game. You didn't really look so convincing, do you want? Wasn't convincing. Chelsea looked convincing. We could call them some other name, but we won't. But it is the first game. There are many more matches to go. So we will see. All I want to encourage you to do is that your attitude remains the same when your team loses. Don't start cussing the coach. Don't come complain to me about your coach. Because I will not put up with it. The thing just start, man. Relax. Let's go slow. Let's go slow. The Jamaican players have looked well. Leon Bailey, in his first game for Aston Villa, came on as a second half substitute. He had an assist. Very good. Listen, I just see a chemistry being built between Leon Bailey right now, playing with this Aston Villa side, that is going to help the Jamaica team when he comes in. Looking forward to that. Mikel Antonio had a good game for West Ham. I spoke about Ethan Rupert Pinnock, who plays for Brentford. He had an excellent game playing against Arsenal, though he never played against, he played against one of our younger forwards, Balogun, who is coming out of the academy, and Martinelli, who are pretty young guys. He never played against a Lacazette and a Aubameyang. So I'm looking forward to see when he is matched up against more seasoned centre forwards how he will play. But very good player, an accomplished performance, and you can only beat who is in front of you. And that's just the truth about sport. Nobody can complain that you never this and never that. You beat who is in front of you. Listen, there's also the World Youth Championship going on over there in Nairobi, Kenya. And the argument has popped up again with Masinga and Mboa, the two young ladies who have high testosterone levels. They will be running against the juniors and they are looking fine. So what are the questions? In fact, I don't know if you know that the World Athletics Association, the IOC, all of these people have come out and said that the findings that stopped like people like Costa, Saminia and others, and Mbo and Masinga from running, they said that it was inaccurate and influence. In other words, there were persons who influenced the leaders to not have them run in the Olympics or to change the disciplines that they would do. And so I think there may be lawsuits coming, but I don't know, something must be done. If the testosterone levels are similar or above that is in male, a general rule need to be made. and said that if your testosterone levels are way above a certain amount, you just cannot compete generally. You have to find a way to keep it, and that should go for all athletes. So if one who is female in all her ways have that same issue, then it must be looked at. Listen, time has run in, not run out, because time cannot run out. Time has run in, and I have to go because it is 30 minutes long, and I am sure that. Listen, like, subscribe, share. Don't just stare. It is what it is. Check out our new little jingle with Sniper King. Bless up and don't get stressed up. I am Sure Sports. Man's man here. I am out.